Don't do this at home.
Tonight we're going with something a little different, guys. This is the Asylum 13 Ogre. Not new or noteworthy, except for the fact that it comes in ridiculous sizes. And I do mean ridiculous. I was perusing my favorite cigar shop the other day and came across this and quite simply couldn't leave without it. So, why not review it? Obviously you can see here that we've got a Candela and Habano barber pole arrangement for the wrapper. Other than that, it's straight Nicaraguan tobacco. This is the 7x38 Lancero size. Price point, pretty broad range, somewhere between the $5 to $10 mark. Appearance wise, it is an eye grabber for sure. I have to say that this barber pole arrangement is very well done. No visible flaws that I can see whatsoever. Nice little pigtail at the top, and honestly a pretty cool looking band. I like that. Aroma wise off the wrapper, honestly it just kind of smells like a Candela to me. I'm not really getting anything from the Habano. Just a very overpowering Candela aroma. And if you don't know what that is, you're not familiar with Candela, I will have to say that it basically, it's tough to describe. For lack of a better descriptor, I'd say it honestly just smells like raw tobacco leaf. It doesn't smell finished or aged or anything. It just kind of smells like a green leaf almost. That's a horrible way of describing it, but that's all I got for you. I'm gonna get this thing cut. With this pigtail, you could probably just pull that sucker right off. It'd be good to go, but I hate doing that. So, here we go. Alright guys, first cut, the pre-light draw was way too tight, so I gave it a second cut, still well within the range of the cap. A lot easier to draw. Flavor-wise, honestly, it's somewhat complex on the pre-light draw. A little bit of spice, actually has a finish. I still have the flavor of tobacco in my mouth. Kind of surprising. Yeah, a little bit of spice. Nice tobacco flavor from the pre-light draw. Kind of surprising, but good. Alright, let's get lit. Alright guys, decent start so far. Despite my lighter running out of fluid as I was lighting it. Kind of embarrassing. Oh well. The draw still is honestly a little tight. You're drawing through a lot of tobacco with this long Lancero. And honestly, I'm not really used to it. If you know me, my favorite size is a Robusto. So this is kind of different for me. Flavor-wise, the first thing I noticed is it's got kind of a warm spice to it. It's not overly peppery or spicy. It's kind of this warm feeling that you get that's, I don't know, kind of comparable to like a spiced hot chocolate almost. Not that there's any cocoa flavor or anything like that in here, but kind of that sort of spice to it. Other than that, I'm not really sure what to think of it, other than it's somewhere in the medium to full-bodied range. And a somewhat short finish, at least so far I think. But I'm definitely going to have to smoke this for a little while here because it's so different. And I'll check back in with you in a few moments and hopefully have a little bit better idea of what's going on in this cigar. Well guys, I wanted something different and I got it. This thing is pretty good. It's just not your usual, at least not my usual cigar. The size and shape is tripping me out. I'm just not used to smoking something like this. Flavor-wise, there's a lot of... Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I think I'm about 15 minutes into it so far. Not very far. Flavor-wise so far, it's definitely got a grass hay flavor. There's also something else there that I'm pretty sure is licorice. And those are the main flavors, kind of the grass hay on the draw, in the beginning of the finish, and then it ends the finish with that licorice flavor. Still kind of a short finish, not particularly long. The body right now is kind of closer to a medium. I know I said medium full, closer to a medium now. And yeah, I mean, great burn and ash so far, but we're barely into it, so we'll see how this thing goes a little bit later on. Guys, nearing the halfway point here. Tell you what, this Candela is really taking over the whole flavor profile of this cigar. Second third's been pretty dominated by that hay flavor, along with a little bit of a green tea flavor as well. There was something that tasted a little minty a little while ago, and I was like, huh. Pretty sure that's like a green tea flavor coming from that Candela wrapper. Aside from that, there's just been a touch of earth that's shown up in the finish. And I have to say, I have had to relight this thing at least twice, I think. And that's not my fault for humidity, because I have been storing this thing for the last couple weeks, I think, since I saw it at the cigar shop. I had a great humidity for smoking, so not sure what's going on there, but still a pretty enjoyable stick. Very different size, the flavor, everything is very different from what I usually smoke. So it's kind of an adventure tonight. So I'm going to check in one more time before I put it down. Okay, guys, there it is. Whew. All right. So everything started out kind of a warm spice. Maybe something in the area of like a clove type spice, along with some grass hay, some licorice. That was there for the first third or so. Then a definite green tea flavor for the second third, and that kind of set the tone for the rest of the cigar. It was basically green tea and earth through the final third. Not overly complex. I was expecting a little bit more complex, I think, but pretty good still. Very different, you know. It's the Candela just offers those kind of the grass hay flavor, the green tea flavor. That wrapper really affected the flavor of the cigar maybe a little bit more than I thought. It was just, you know, just that wrapper. That's it, you know. Just goes to show just how much the wrapper of a cigar affects the flavor of it. That right there is a perfect example of it. Long smoke. I mean, that was a very small ring gauge cigar, albeit with a a long 7-inch long cigar. So good couple of hours out of that thing. So long smoke. Medium to full in body. And I forgot to mention, right around the halfway mark, I did notice some strength, and so if you're going to smoke one of those things, just be aware of that, especially if you're going to be going after one of the 80 ring gauge size, I think that they have up to these things, which is just ridiculous, because that would just about put me out of the game, I think, with the amount of strength that one of those would probably have. So there you go, guys. Really different. It was good, but I think I'm going to stick with my my Robusto and Toro size cigars. I prefer them. It's just my personal preference. So I think that's all I've got to say about the Asylum 13 Ogre. If you're in the market for some cigars, there's a link in the description below that'll take you to Cigar Page. It's the best place to buy cigars on the planet, and everything ships free always. So check that out. And there we go. Happy smoking.